Alright, hi. So this video is going to show what we're going to be doing today. So odds are I already went through and showed you this, but this is a video so you can take a look at it at your own speed as well and get further directions if you need it. So what we're going to be doing is working on part 2 cropping. So as always, I like to go to classwork, okay, because then I can see everything I need to do. And I'm going to click on cropping. And I'm going to view the assignment. Now there's a lot to do here, okay? So this is what you will see. I see something a little bit different on my side, but this is what you're going to be seeing, okay? So right here, you'll notice that right away, the 25 points, okay? Each image is worth 5 points. And right here, I'm telling you to follow these instructions and steps. The video that I'm referencing is the video that you're watching right now, okay? And this is basically what you're going to be doing. Okay, I'm going to be showing you a couple of different things that you can do. So for example, to open, the first thing is opening Photopea. So yes, you could actually click on the link and go straight over to Photopea and it will open up. Okay, that's excellent. You could do it that way. Here's another thing that you could do, because what you're going to be doing is once you're in Photopea, you're definitely going to want to log in using your students.lphs.org account. Okay, and then what you're going to do, and this is super important, which is right here, okay, is you're going to repeat the following steps a minimum of 5 times to create 5 different possible compositions. Okay, got that? A minimum of 5 times to create different compositions. So you're going to be looking at 5 different, I'm going to say that again, 5 different pictures. Okay, and that's what you're going to be doing. Now, what you're going to be doing is open the still life pictures in Photopea that I shared in the Google Drive. Here's the Google Drive folder. Okay. Now we're going to be changing preferences in Photopea to get an appropriate crop. We're going to change the dimensions as I explain in here, and then we're going to select the crop tool and so on and so forth to crop the image, and we're definitely going to be using the rule of thirds. Okay, if you don't remember what the rule of thirds are, you're going to have to go back over and reread about the rule of thirds. You could ask me questions, that's fine, but if you go over to the classroom, right? So if you go to classwork, and I just went backwards right there, right? I should be able to find where the rule of thirds are, okay? Because I gave you, hey, look, there it is. Presentations, composition, rule of thirds, okay? So if you have questions about that, go and look at that again. I will be helping you with that if you have questions. Okay. Then as you're cropping and creating the rule of thirds, I want you to think about what object is going to be your focal point. So in other words, which is the main object that you want to stand out. Okay. Creating a sense of depth, okay, through overlapping of objects. So is there something in the middle, something in the background, okay, and something in the foreground. Okay. And then if any object is centered, there shouldn't be any object centered. Okay. So we have to make sure that we avoid that. All right, then you're going to save the pictures, so on and so forth, and you're going to attach them here and turn it in. So that's how it works. So remember, with using Photopea, you could open from computer. That's one way to do it. Here's another way that you could do it, okay? I could come in over here and I could click on this, okay, which is the folder I provided, and I would suggest that you change this view so that way you could actually see the pictures. Like right now, see, all you see is a list. That's not very helpful. So I would change it back over to a grid view so you could see the pictures, and you're going to go through these pictures and try to find something that is of interest to you, okay? Something that you like, something that is interesting to look at. So this one stands out to me, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it, okay? So I click on it here just to open so I could see the entire picture. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, I could work with this. Now I'm going to go ahead and click up here and open with, and I'm going to click on connect more apps. All right. Now with connect more apps, I'm going to search apps. Some of you may actually have Photopea or Photopea, however people want to say it, okay, on there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and I'm going to add it, okay. Okay, I should be able to, interesting. Well, for whatever reason, it's not working for me. If it works for you, awesome. If it doesn't, not a big deal. Either way, you should be able to open from the computer. So I'm going to be looking at image 3041. So I'm going to go to open from computer. I'm going to look for image 3041 because that's the one I want to look at. And there it is. And I click open. Now, from here, there's quite a few things that we need to do, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to edit. I believe it's edit, and there should be my preferences down at the bottom. Okay, so the preferences, here's the thing. Notice how mine says inches. Yours says pixels. You need to change this to inches. Got it? Ruler units. Yours says pixels. You need to change it to inches. Okay? Everything else is not really important, but these two things are super important that they say inches. Got it? Okay, so make sure that you change it to inches. Now I'm going to select the crop tool. Now, when I select the crop tool, you're going to notice that I get like this kind of changes up here, right? So see how it says width and it says horizontal, okay? And notice how it says free. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click this and I'm going to go to a fixed ratio. No, excuse me, sorry, wrong one. Fixed size, okay? And this is, see that little area? That's way too small, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this larger. That little thing I'm going to make a little bit larger, okay? So now remember, my width is the dimension going across, okay? And my height is it going, or my age is the height, how tall it is, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and put in 180, okay? 180. And then that's going to be 240. Gonna click enter, and you notice it gets bigger, but that's still not big enough for me. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is we're gonna be making a drawing that's approximately 9 inches by 12 inches. So what I'm doing is I'm using math. I know, crazy. I'm using math to make this bigger. So now I'm going to double 180, and that should give me 360. I'm going to double 240, and that's going to give me 480. Boom, that's something I could work with, okay? Now what I could do is I could click and I could drag, right? And I can make things larger, and I can make my composition a little bit different, okay? So this composition, really what I want in terms of my focal point is I'm really digging this object up here as my focal point, okay? So I want to make sure that I put it in the rule of thirds. And remember, the rule of thirds is telling me that if I'm, and by the way, I click and I drag from the ruler, and if that's where I want my focal point to be, okay, I have to make sure that it intersects in a third of my composition, okay? So if that's my composition, that's pretty decent. Okay, but what I don't like is this down here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, but you'll notice that when I do that, it starts to center it. It's not working well, right? So what do I need to do? I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try a horizontal. So I'm going to click 480, and I'm going to change this to 360. Okay, I'm going to try this and see what happens. And maybe this will be a better composition. Yeah, you know what? That works out a little bit. That's not bad. Okay, so really when I look at this, okay, that's working pretty decently, right? Can't for some reason grab my what do I call it? My grid line. So I'm going to bring this up here. There we go. Go back to my crop. Okay. And then fix size. And try it again. Right? So I'm trying to come up with a decent crop. So that way I don't have just one object. 483.6. That works out pretty decent. That's not horrible, right? It's not bad. Could be better, yeah. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and select this as my crop, okay? And yeah, this takes time, all right? You'll notice it's on this third of the artwork, right? So if I have guidelines coming across, created my rule of thirds. Okay, yeah, that's kind of working, right? Notice nothing's in the middle, so nothing's right here. This is dangerously close. It doesn't mean I'm going to ignore it in my drawing, but that's what I'm going, that could work. Now I'm going to click OK to confirm the changes. Yikes, right? So that's fine. Where is my make bigger? So I'm going to go ahead and click on that arrow, click, and I'm going to drag it up. Oops. Should be able just to kind of click and drag. That was weird. I don't know why it's doing that. That was weird. Okay. So you know what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to go ahead and save that. I don't know what just happened there, but I'm going to go ahead and file. I'm going to go ahead and export the JPEG or the PNG. Okay. There's my picture. See, it's fine, right? So it's just really weird. I don't know what happened there, but that's okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and click. Notice with this pixels and all that, I'm going to change it to inches. Okay, so it's 6 and just over 5 by 6. That's good. Okay, the quality, that's good. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And now I'm going to save this in my drive. Okay, so however I decide to save that, okay, I could save it in my pictures. I could create a new folder. It's really up to you how you want to create it. So I will create a new folder. And I'll call it Still Life Pics. Okay, click enter. And then I'm going to open it and I'm going to save in here. Now, one of the things that I could do is I could actually title this Still Life 1. So that way I know which one I've done and how many I've done. I'm going to go ahead and click save. Boom. It's in there. And now I could show in the folder, right? Boom, there it is, right? So I'm happy with that. I could keep that, and now I can move on to my other one. Then once I have them saved, okay, and I've created them, okay, you're going to come in and you're going to add or create right in here from your Google Drive. Okay, you're going to create and insert 5 edits. Got it? Each one is different. Don't use the same picture more than once. Okay, you have a lot of pictures in here. Okay, a lot of them. Some are horizontal, some are vertical. There are different things that are really cool in here, and some things that you don't want to draw. All right. So make sure that you are very careful with what you pick. Okay. So don't pick something like, for example, like this and go full on horizontal. That's thing's huge. Okay. And also you're not drawing, think about this. You're not going to be drawing the entire still life. Okay. So be very careful about that. Pick things that you're interested in drawing or most interested in drawing. Yes, you're going to have to drop the fabric. That's a given. Okay. But look for a good focal point. Okay. So when I click on this one here, that's a pretty cool focal point, right? There's some good stuff going on in here. Don't worry about the room, by the way. That's irrelevant. There's other good stuff going on over here. So there's a lot for everybody. Okay. That's basically what you're going to be doing. Hit me up with any questions if you have them. Cool? All right.